Smoko check from the Grumpy Baker, a Kiwi classic, mince pie, fresh cream donut, and English breakfast tea in the polka dot cup, of course. Bloody marvellous.
Hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, Pie. I hope you've had a bloody marvellous day. I certainly have. At Smoko during the week, one of my colleagues said he had a pie from the Grumpy Baker and that it was a bloody good pie. That was enough motivation for me to want to try the Grumpy Baker's fare. Bloody marvellous. No hospital or infusion this week. So I had a lovely sleep in, a lot longer than I thought it was. I set the alarm. I had big plans to do a lot of work for my classes next week. And I wanted to get up and have a wee bit of a sleep in and then get up and, get on with the work. But I was woken by a phone call from my good friend RJ Kumar, who I rang yesterday, and he didn't answer, but he answered on Saturday. So I had a good old chat with RJ, and well, bugger me, by the time I'd finished it was lunchtime. And I thought, well, it's off to the Grumpy Baker. So I looked up on Google where the Grumpy Baker was, Victoria Street, Hamilton, and I thought I'd pinpointed his location fairly accurately. But I parked up and went looking, and no, I hadn't. I was a block out. So the closer you get into the centre of town, the busier it gets. So I had a few goes at going round the block until I found a car park that was, well, relatively close to the Grumpy Baker. And after a little bit of manoeuvring, I managed to get myself sufficiently into the car park that, I was okay to go to the Grumpy Baker. This is after, of course, I'd been around the block 3 times trying to find a suitable park within my walking range, which is somewhat limited these days, of the Grumpy Baker's place of work, or his premises. So yes, I went to the Grumpy Baker. It was very not very grumpy at all, actually. I was almost disappointed at the lack of grumpiness, but no, very pleasant lady on the counter there. And I got after much deliberation, got a mince pie and a fresh cream donut, which I then brought on home and, well, devoured for my smoko, you might say. And it was a very enjoyable mince pie. It brought back memories of many, many years ago with a flaky top and that just a taste of mince. And the base just right. It was like, well, all the mince pies I'd ever had. So I was very pleased with that. So much so that I didn't felt that I didn't need any sauce on it at all. And the fresh cream donut was, well, on point. It was just a fresh cream donut. So, yeah, that was pretty much my morning and early afternoon. After that, I wasn't too much motivated to do any work at all. I've had a very tiring week, and I think that I just needed a little bit of catch-up sleep and things. So I basically snoozed through the afternoon till my lovely wife made me a salad round about 4 or 5 o'clock. And then after that, I was sort of in the mood for doing stuff, but really needed to do my social media with the aim of getting that done fairly quickly. so I can have a wee sleep in tomorrow and then get into work for the rest of the day, not needing to leave the place or anything. My lovely wife travels to Australia in the morning, so she's driving up about 4, and I'll be on my own for a few days. So yeah, time to collect my thoughts and what have you. So yeah, looking after the cats and the chooks. Bloody marvellous. I then, once I'd got my pie from the grumpy baker, I came home. I've been trying to come home via the motorway, and so I found out a way onto the motorway after a bit of travelling around and what have you, and got back onto local roads at Horatu and headed home in that so familiar zone of the Horatu to Ngaruawahia Road. So yeah, we got it all sorted and bloody marvellous. So by the numbers, 1,300 steps and an hour of admin. I didn't do too much of that sort of stuff, hoping for a big day tomorrow. And the weight, well, we're in the 82s again, which is always pleasing. Proxima Centauri, next closest star to the Earth after the Sun, is approximately how many light years away? Put your answer in the comments below the video, please. The stomach is the most acidic part of the digestive system. The stomach acid cleans the bonds of mineral complexes attached to proteins and other food components, allowing them to be absorbed in the small intestine. That's the best I can read it. It's in very small writing, and I should really expand it. So David from Desmond's Dondas chose this answer. He said he went with his gut. It was a gut feeling, confirmed by his lovely wife Lindsay. So bloody marvellous. He earns his place on the Hall of Fame and is heading out on a Donda in the indomitable Desmond. We wish him well. Bloody marvellous. Fuel legit. This has been a maurieo presentation, recorded live in our studio at Ngaruawahia, Aotearoa, New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud, place where Kiwis live, in a paradise we like to call God's own country.